Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
Welcome to another comparison video. Am I right in thinking that says Rare? This game was done by Rare. Anyway, in this video we'll be taking a look at Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. We'll be comparing it on the NES, released in 1989, to the Sega Master System version, which was developed by Software Creations and released by Virgin in 1990. Obviously they were the ones who released all the 8-bit micros and the 16-bit micros in the UK, and if you've watched my channel you'll know that I did a gameplay of the Commodore 64 version, which was quite nice apart from the controls, and the ZX Spectrum version, which was quite nice apart from the inability to see who you actually were. So obviously if you watch my videos you know this was based on an arcade machine released in 1989 by Leyland Corporation, where it was simultaneous 3-player with big fat analog steering wheels and a nitrous button, and you competed in a kind of monster truck driving sort of event, only probably not monster trucks. Anyway, I've never played either of these. So this is developed by Rare, who are British, and the other one I believe is a European exclusive made by a British software house. Right now I can tell you that that track is different. Obviously there was a SNES port, but let's get into it. Start button, one player. See, obviously there was the multi-tap, wasn't there? There was a multi-tap, I'm sure. Well, it must be. It says 4 bloody players on the screen at once. I quite like the music. We can see already from when it was doing demos and stuff that it's got all the sort of, you know, upgrade options, which I would bloody hope so. I do like that music. It does, you know, a decent job of the arcade. I need to put my... No, I've got my second... Never mind, I'm an idiot. Look, you actually get to put your name in for once and not initials. In fact, what do you do in games in the arcade if you have 4 initials? They never thought of that, did they? Finish. So we are the red driver. You have the ladies. Couldn't get away with that shit now because everyone's a whining pussy. Britain. Hey, we get to race it. I guess that's because it's Rare. Maybe it was in the arcade, I don't know. Right, so we don't accelerate by pressing forward, I'm guessing, because we've got a control pad. No, we don't. No, 2 is B is accelerate, and I've got nitrous, and just by the inability to work out my controls, I'm already at the end. Time, top, right. It's quite bright graphics. This is just me, you know, being British and stuff and having a Master System, but I always thought that the NES was kind of dull graphics, colour-wise. This looks really quite nice. Look at me, missed the money. Your positions are next to your time. I cannot fill your car. I know it's... Spam me around, you bar steward. The first level, and we haven't upgraded or anything, but your car is incredibly slow. Playability wise, it corners a lot better than the Commodore 64 version. Corners, and what I basically mean is it's responsive. As I said, that version looked nice, but it was about as responsive as a bag of spanners. That's not very responsive, and I haven't said that phrase in years. Right, second. No, you got your same standard tank controls. I overcooked it, so now I'm fucked. But yeah, this is really nice. Graphically, this is really nice. I like the animations. Definitely feels like you're driving over shit. Oh, I had a nitros. Presentation's really quite well done. Thanks for putting me on the podium. I really didn't need to do that, did you? Because, you know, there you go. Here's a last place podium position for you. Although I guess you could argue that's a thing anyway, isn't it? I'll shut up now. Acceleration, can't afford that. We're just banging the nitros. I'm not expecting to do very well at this. So 4-player, this must have been insane. Right, this track's accurate. I don't know. The thing is, I forget. You play across loads of formats, and because there's such subtle differences and stuff like that, it does a number on your mind. Don't hug the wall, Dave. talking to myself in the third person makes me a better athlete. I'm a driver. I do like this. I would have been well chuffed if I was a big fan of the arcade with this. This to me is comparable to the 16-bit ports. But let's be honest, lots of these console games were, if done properly. I'm looking at you, Wonderboy, and the SEGA Master System. I'm already last again. Look at that cheeky little bit of drive. The problem is you can get in front using your nitros, and then, oh, I'm holding it. They out-accelerate you. Oh, my, granted, they've probably upgraded their wagons, haven't they? In that little bit there. Inside. Don't make me second. Oh, photo finish. Makes me second. I'll take that. This is really nice. I really like this version. Like I said, I would have been well chuffed with this version, especially since you could do 4 players. I win 100 points. What's that in dollars? Now, do you, at this point, have to buy all your nitrous, or do you still start with what you would normally have, and then anything you buy, because obviously I bought acceleration, is a bonus? Anyway, back to what I was saying. This is a stellar conversion. I have no idea how the Master System version will compare to this. Also, whenever I play this game, well, again, dependent upon the versions I've played recently, or, you know, versions in general, I have no idea which way we're going to drive straight off. And I like the fact that my acceleration upgrade is done fuck all. And I'm out of nitrous, so that answers that question. You lose your nitrous, so don't use all your nitrous, and you take it to the next race, I'm guessing. Oh, the strategic element in this. And I thought it was just, you know, hillbilly truck racing. That's not fair, I know. Ooh. Look at me building a gap. I take it back. Oh no, he's going to catch me. Don't hug. Oh, he's got nitrous. Always is tense. He's going to bullet me off, isn't he? That's what they do. These controls are super tight, I will say that. I'm very, very, very impressed. I know I've just said that, but I'm going to say it again. I'm very, very impressed with this. I'm assuming we're on the last lap. Yeah, it looks nice. Controls, it looks really nice. Controls are super, super tight. The music is accurate. It's got decent sound effects, and it's got all the elements of the arcade upgrades and stuff like that. Would have been blown away with this back in the day. Yeah, I mean, even if I played the SNES version, I could have stepped in this and been very, very happy. Let's have a look and see how it compares to the SEGA Master System version. Here we go, Virgin Games. It was developed by Kraft Gold and released by Virgin. Now, right off the bat, this is 1990, right off the bat, the front end is awful. This is the first time I've seen it, but it's awful. It's complete lack of polish there, and it's just called Super Off-Road. Second of all, even before we get into game, the colour palette is terrible. Look at it. I always, again, this isn't here to start, you know, playground wars and stuff like that, but obviously the Master System killed the NES over here. Granted, it's one of the few places it did it, well, apart from Australia, New Zealand and all of Europe, but I always thought that the Master System, to me at least, looked like it had better colour. That looks awful. Don't know what the reviews were for this. Actually, to be fair, I don't know what they were on the NES, but based on my experience with it, I'd imagine they were pretty good. So the layout is different. The music is a representation of the arcade, the same track. It's just shit, because even I'll say this, being a, you know, growing up with the Master System. When it comes to non-FM sound on it, it's awful. But your position and keeping track of your nitros is actually in the screen. That seems a bit kind of clunky and unnecessary to me. There was no multi-tap on the Master System, and we have no start button, so we press A. Now, it's not just the way I'm capturing it. That is horrible, and I can hardly read the letters, right? And I can only put my initials in, which I'm not going to bother, because that screen makes me want to throw up the inside of the back of my eyes. Right, apparently we both couldn't afford different colour dresses. Right, it's only 2-player, but that looks awful. Right, I'm the red truck. Oh, wow. I'm a bit zippy, aren't I? Look at me go. I mean, I have got nitros. This is too quick. Look at me, Jesus! Because I just walked on water. See what I did there? This is too quick. And it's not like it's in proportion to the other cars. Right, using nitros. I don't like this. I don't know if this was a banged out, rushed out effort. I mean, some effort was clearly made on the micro versions, because, like I said, the Spectrum version, it's the colour that lets it down. The game is in there. I don't like this. I mean, it looks the part. I guess if you could only play this, you'd be happy. It certainly, I guess, looks better than the 8-bit micros, but you're too fast. You bounce around like some sort of insane pinball. Look at there I am, die with Y's. I'm 3rd place. That game was too quick, too quick. I mean, I guess it's the same number of laps, but we're so fast. Is this because this is a PAL version? I've got this emulator set to PAL. I don't know. By all means, someone let me know if I've done something wrong here, or this is how it runs. Because some games just don't like running. The PAL versions don't like running. But then this was a European exclusive, I believe. So we're shit out of luck. I'm going to the left, aren't I? I mean, the game's still in it. Graphically, it's not terrible. I mean, it's quite reminiscent of the NES. I just don't. I think I prefer the slightly, well, a lot lighter, less brown town mud colours of the NES version. I'm kind of getting used to it. I just don't like the speed. Oh, your nitro needs a proper sound effect instead of it's like you're chuffing. That's a very British slang term there. For flatulation. Oh, have I got nitro? No! Once you overcook it, to be fair, I was going to say to be fair that's all versions, but no, you don't have a turning circle on this. It takes half the globe. And I was first. It moves the information board around. Okay, so 3rd place again. No, your place in life, 3rd place. I just don't like the complete lack of effort on the front end. I mean, at least knowing that your main competitor with this would be against the NES, I guess not in the United Kingdom, it would probably be against the micros and the 16 bits. But since they've actually bothered to make the title screen that you use as the loading screen on the Commodore 64, make some effort. Yeah, I mean, if this was all you could play, and it looks a lot better than the other versions, you know, in the UK, apart from the, obviously, 16-bit, you probably would have been happy with it. If, however, you had... Look at the fucking turning circle on this. Right, if you played the 16-bit version, you would have thought it was shit. I don't know what hit me then. Someone from the audience used their force powers. It's the colour scheme I don't like. Ooh. Yep. I never checked any videos. I never like to check out previous, you know, other people's sort of playthroughs and stuff like that. I like to enter these games if I've never played them in a genuinely I've never played them sort of mindset. So maybe the speed is off on this. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I should get a white stick. At least I'm consistent. There we go. But yeah, do you know what I can call it? NES version. I mean, it's rare. If it is rare, or some other company that's just called themselves rare, so that's unlikely. Far more polished, far better recreation of the arcade. You know, can't judge 4-player versus 2-player. It's that fucking corner. Yeah, because that's not fair. But see me bounce 4.5 million miles backwards when I hit the wall then. But yeah, it's just far more polished. It's that fucking corner. Deja vu much, anyone? Yeah. Ooh. It's too fast and your controls are too quick. Again, it's too fast. Ooh. These aren't bloody trucks. They're Lambos. Hey, I came second though. Right, so Super Off-Road on the Master System, I believe a European exclusive. Don't correct me on that. Oh, do correct me on that, I should say, compared to it on the NES. NES, I can say that. I grew up as a Master System boy, but I can call it NES. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if this is running too fast. by all means let me know. But since I had, you know, kind of fun doing this on Spectrum and the Commodore, I thought I'd have to do a gameplay comparison on this. Oh yeah, and by the way, can't stand the muddy colours in this version. Did I say that? Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.